Hey everybody, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
There's some marshmallow teeth going on.
Almost as good as
How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully as good as we are. We had an excellent night last night, so thank you if you tuned in. We had an absolute blast. As a result, we are pretty beat, so this will be relatively short tonight.
Also Game of Thrones is on.
Also Game of Thrones is on. It's a big one, so we want to watch that. So we won't go too late. So thanks for hanging out. Without further ado, let's get started. Who remembers what happened last episode?
I have no
We had a
idea.
Sunday off. Okay.
Cut
Someone
down.
want to summarize it?
Why was that when Mama was there?
No.
Momo was several episodes back. 2 episodes back. I guess we've only had, 2 episodes?
So,
We've only done 2?
We met some elf Nazis.
yeah.
Oh, right, the elf Nazis.
100 elf Nazi scalps.
So we had camp, we sparred, we saw Delon Winterhound in Luska for a minute. He told us some slight exaggerations on hydras. Then
Yep.
we went into our deep forest, which we knew was elves were testy. Then we came in with some elf Nazis. They had captured some townspeople. Oh, first the Banshee.
I was about to say, we did almost get TPK'd
Almost,
by
TPK, almost ended the whole campaign right there.
A Banshee didn't think I should have this blade. These elf Nazis didn't think I should have this blade. We crushed both of them, and then we thought we were gonna have to face some orcs, but the orcs were like,
Thanks for taking care of them.
they were like on the level. They're like,
were.
hey, we buried the dead. This isn't our thing, but like, that was fucked up. And
Yep.
now we're at Nightstone. It's pretty wrecked, but Morak was like, I probably got some food.
maybe half an in.
I'm trying to not be wordy here.
I like it. Morak was grilling some meats. Okay, so we're going to pick up about 2 days later. You've remained in Nightstone, you've helped somewhat with the rebuilding effort, and Morak has mentioned that he's going to have a well-paying job for you all coming shortly, but he's been kind of reluctant to go into details about it. You knew you came here for money, essentially to look for a job. He seems like he's scatterbrained and too concerned with everything else, and maybe he's working out the details. The orcs help a little bit, but they eventually part ways. But they part on good terms, and you in fact see Glasha shaking hands with Morak, and they exchange some small gift. She gives him some little totem with some scrimshaw on it, and he gives her a dwarven hammer. So it's kind of a... What?
I don't know what the script.
It's a normal thing.
I think Liz just really likes the word scrimshaw.
Wait, do you
I don't know why that got me. Okay, good.
scrimshaw?
Oh no, here we go.
5 seconds in, scrimshaw.
It has
Of all the words, it's scrimshaw that gets you.
I'm just so tired.
Let's keep going.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm just...
So, but it is, I think, a touching moment, at least, to see, frankly, this what would normally be considered an extremely savage tribe, known probably for their raiding.
Fuck.
This is standard for the day after Poe. We're just so spacey and wrecked. We got home so late last night, sorry.
It was after 1 and there was no fast food.
All right.
first world problems.
This is the new Lydia.
Just one marshmallow covered in scrimshaw.
Oh, fuck.
Why, man?
I'm so sorry, everyone tuning in. We're going to have it together in a minute or two here.
Sure.
Can I have a tissue?
I was fine until I thought of the ceremonial marshmallow.
Handed down through the years.
It's quite touching.
Just covered in goo.
It was once squishy. It is now stale.
What once was fluffy now has become stale with the generations. All right. The people you rescued continue to have conversations with you. You got me good. You got me good. You got me good.
I'm fine.
We all failed our saving throw against
Everyone
Tasha's
watching
hideous
is like, what
laughter.
the fuck
Yeah.
is
They were
so
so good last
Especially
night.
people who have never watched us before. I mean, people who've watched us before
They're
know
like,
this is standard.
scrimshaw, really?
Why are people
The
laughing
girl's
at
so
scrimshaw?
immature.
Oh,
They got
all right.
marshmallows in their teeth.
All right. I am recovered. Destiny, the tiefling, and her son Grin take particularly good care of you guys. They provide. She cooks for you quite a bit, and their place is still standing. So she puts you up for the night. You guys mostly sleep on the floor like bedrolls and stuff. I'm trying my best not to look at Lydia.
She laughed at the grin.
Do you need to go take a break and come back? Okay. It's just infectious. That's the problem. I look over and you're holding it. You're not holding it together. God, this is a disaster. We've got nothing done. Oh. I am so sorry, everyone. This is what happens when you're tired of this marshmallows about. I'm going to try to keep going. The halfling family, Godric and his wife Johanna and their daughter Innes, also look out for you, and Johanna cooks for you quite a bit. She makes some really hearty stew with some of the leftover meat, and it's wonderful. She has some herbs and things that you've never tasted before in all of your travels, and it's really quite wonderful.
Is the people that we rescued, I mean, is that the entirety of
no. Nope, those are only the ones that were kidnapped.
I got
the
you.
orcs actually took in the rest of them.
Okay.
In total, a good 20 to 25% of the town was killed. But the orcs, the basically what happened, and you guys have pieced this together now through the tales of what happened, is the elves saw the opportunity. Like after the cloud giant attack, and again there's boulders strewn everywhere, and not most, but a good number of the buildings have been smashed. The elves saw the opportunity and attacked. And as the attack started, the orcs were like, nah, we're not going to have that. And so the orcs counterattacked and kind of shielded everybody because they're a much larger tribe. So those elves made off with a handful of prisoners and skedaddled.
Got it.
So that's what happened. So you guys came across them and rescued the ones who've been taken by the elves.
Okay. I was suddenly thinking that this town only has five people in it.
No, there's still quite a bit of people. There's probably maybe around 200 people in total. And so people are starting to rebuild, and it's going to be a long time to rebuild.
Yeah,
most of the buildings are smashed up. So on the kind of second day, Morak finally kind of assembles you all, and he's kind of covered in dust and sweat. Sweat has kind of streaked his brow, and you guys have been helping some too, I think, just out of the goodness of your heart, I would assume. But actually, why don't you guys tell me what you've done in the last 2 days as the town is kind of rebuilding, knowing that there is a paying gig on the horizon. What have you guys done in that time?
Sold my tinctures.
For sure. And people seem to still have money. I mean, nobody made off with it, so...
Honestly, the goal is to get them in people's hands. So I'm definitely working with them okay, 10 berries, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. And people definitely barter a little bit, but mostly people are thankful for him. And I think because you are there 2 days, people do remark the following day how it did help them sleep, and they had no nightmares or no bad dreams and slept well.
Right.
I think Tulak knows he's probably a little bit stronger than a good portion of the town, so it helps in the physical aspect of the rebuilding.
Cool.
The palisade and stuff that was wrecked by boulders.
Yeah, totally. I think you're a huge help in that regard. How about Pharaoh?
Twofold, I guess. One, he's good at climbing and acrobatics. I think there's probably plenty of things that need to go up high with ropes or pulleys.
You take the rope up and throw it back down, and they can pull things up.
I also I have with my background as an urchin, an understanding of how cities work and sewer systems and stuff. So
yeah,
I think he might be good chance to put a grate here. It's already going down.
Yeah, you maybe make some improvements on the layout of some of the buildings.
Suggestion, he's definitely not an architect, so but he'll do what he can.
Cool. Yeah.
Try to be nice to people, give a nasty goblin smile,
I think you see that people here are actually responding, after being rescued by orcs, people are totally open to the possibility. Something has clicked in them. And in fact, it's probably the friendliest you've ever seen a predominantly human town. There are other races mixed in as well, but it is probably 60% human. Mm-hmm. And people, not one person so much as bats an eye. The fact that you're through your actions showing your willingness to help them, and them having just been rescued by an adjacent.
Pharaoh's feeling good then. That's kind of his core, and also taking down some baddies, freeing the people,
Right.
proving his worth. Yeah, I think Farrah's riding pretty high.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. How about Everest?
So come back to Everest.
Okay. Everest, you set
Throwing in some
about to...
scrimshaw.
Yeah. Everest, you help with the rebuilding of the library. Like, you're kind of collecting some of the tomes and pulling some of the books out of the rubble and stuff, but it got hit by 2 big boulders. All right, finally.
I also heal anybody that's hurt.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. You find a couple folks who have like some bandages on from the attack and stuff, and especially some survivors from the elf attack, and you heal them up nice. All right, on the second day, Morak finally kind of assembles you all, and again, he's in like a smock, and he's covered in dust and dirt, and you can see where sweat has streaked the like dirt on his face, and he's like, all right, sure, thank you all for your help. You've been mighty kind. Oh, poor townfolk like us. And by the way, you know he was not originally the leader. You've come to find out that he was the innkeeper, but essentially the tower was smashed up and the lord was killed. So Morak has kind of become the de facto like leader of the town and whoever's left. He's like, well, I promised you I'd give you some good work, and I'm here to deliver upon that, if you're willing. Your sword sells, so I'm thinking, Jesus, my words. You're all a bunch of sword sells, so I'm assuming you're accustomed to a bit of traveling. Aye. You've been to Tribor.
Ugh. Not in a while.
This never crossed my path, though.
Aye. Well, it's a good 12 days. 13 days if you head by way of Waterdeep. But I've got a job for you. Simple delivery. Delivering just a note. You see, my good friend, he died in the attack. His name was Darthog Ugar. He ran the Lion's Shield Coster trading post here. Well, it survived the attack, but, well, he didn't. Anyway, his ex-wife, she runs a trading post up in Tribor. Another one of the network. The Lion's Shield Coster, you know. Found his last will and testament yesterday. He left it all to her. We've got to get word to her. It's a sizable inventory, anyways. I think it's only fair that, A, I let you all have free reign of the warehouse. Any gear you might find that you want to keep. Old Darthog's not here to complain. And the fact that the building made it out unscathed, can't imagine his ex-wife would matter either. Her name's Alestra. She's in Tribor. As I said, it's a 12-day journey. I figure I pay you the going rate, 10 gold each, per day. It's 120 gold apiece. I'm willing to bump that up to 150, just based on all the help you've given us, and the sizable amount of money he left behind to the town, to see to it that this sort of deed got taken care of. So what do you say? 600 gold and all you gotta do is walk along the road? That's the high road, just straight north.
True enough.
We cannot go straight through Waterdeep. But
Waterdeep's a big place. Even if the word's out, we can blend in.
aye.
Thank you, Easy.
And not to mention a couple of friends that we may still have in Waterdeep who'd be willing to hide us.
Well, I don't know what your business is from all the hiding in Waterdeep, but it's best not that I find out about that, I would say.
Just some disagreements.
Of course, Well, you haven't had any disagreements here. In fact, all the townfolk are calling you heroes. I'm obliged to agree. What you did to those elves, they had it coming.
They were rather distasteful.
They were pretty vile. I
Thought they were.
feel no remorse.
No. One does not capture innocent villagers.
Unless you have another bunch of giants come through. Sounds like you have a tacit peace with the orcs. Elves
Aye.
are decimated.
But for giant castles flying in the sky and dropping rocks on us, I think we should be alright. At least in the time that we rebuild. Well, that's close to Waterdeep. I'm surprised. Just a travesty.
Strange tidings are on the sky.
Waterdeep's tied up in Waterdeep things.
As usually the case.
The lords are spending a lot of time going to operas.
Can't say I've ever been to an opera myself.
Me either.
No interest in them, I suppose. Anyways, 600 gold, half payable now and half upon delivery. Payable by the Lady Elastra. She's good for it, believe me.
My sword and shield are yours.
How do we get there again?
Allow me to show you on a map.
Same road we always take.
Here you go. You want to see a map? This is weird because I'm actually showing you the stream. Here is Nightstone. Here's Waterdeep. Here is Tribor. It is roughly 250 miles. Actually, it's more than that. It's a little over 300 miles. About 12 days by foot. And you would travel along the high road, and then you would hit the long road all the way up to Tribor. What?
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, yeah. It's the best you don't.
Yep.
Wait, so do we have to go through Waterdeep?
Nope, you certainly
Okay.
do not have to. In fact, you could cut back through the Ardeep Forest and head northwest. It'd probably take you a little longer to do that. You could actually kind of head right back the way you came. Barge right in, that's where we started. You guys started right here. So you could head there and then hit kind of that road. That's called the... I don't know, I can't read it.
But it'd be faster to go through Waterdeep?
It'd be
Okay.
far faster to go by Waterdeep because the
Okay.
high road is extremely well-traveled, well-trafficked.
Plus, Everest hasn't seen Waterdeep yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, they say it's the jewel of the Sword Coast. I find that it smells a bit like shit. There's too many people around.
And piss, hot piss in the summer. It just bakes up.
Clings to the beard.
Obviously, you have never smelled frozen piss.
I wouldn't think that it smelled that much at all if it was frozen.
You are wrong.
Well, piss, whether melting or
600
frozen.
gold. Well,
600 gold to buy you a lot of piss. If that's what you're interested in.
Not quite.
Well,
All right, is that a yes then?
that's a yes.
All right. Well, as I said, feel free. I'll walk you over to the warehouse. You're free to outfit yourself with just about anything you could imagine.
Okay, sounds good.
And with that, assuming you all agreed, he walks you over to the Lion Share Coster, which you've seen before. It's kind of a network of essentially supplies, right? They have a supply network that kind of outfits adventurers, frankly. And you can have a couple of anything you want from the standard equipment of the Player's Handbook. Anything you can think of. There's nothing magic.
Yeah.
There's no magic potions, but he will scrounge up to get you all back up to 2 regular healing potions.
Okay. And then you said up to 3 of any,
Up to within reason, he's kind of willing to let you make off with whatever. None of it's worth all that
mark a
much.
note on here of
Yeah.
extra gear. Got it.
There are no horses to spare, so
And that's the pony's horse.
that's the pony's horse, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Well, I've got this bag full of nameless stuff for right now, but I feel good.
There's this bag of stuff that I won't show you what's in it just yet.
Agreed.
Anything else we need to do here?
I think, at least on the outside of town, villagers have seen what needs to be done. And they are taking quite a bit of pride in being able to rebuild on their own.
Cool. As you guys look like you're starting to gear up and everything, Destiny approaches you guys with her son Grin, and he's carrying a big wicker basket. And she's like, "We scrounged what we could. There's some cheese, some bread. It won't last long, but it should provide some meals better than your regular travel rations, at least for a few days."
Incredibly kind of you.
She kind of runs a hand on her horns. thank you all again for what you did. That was truly fortune smiling on us that day.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
It certainly warms our hearts.
We won't forget it, and neither will they. And you see the little halfling family holding little baby Innes, and they kind of all wave to you and stare for a long time at you.
The sooner we deliver this note, the sooner another business can start back up in the village and get moving again. Shall we be off? Towards Waterdeep? Should blend in relatively easy there.
Oh, yeah.
What you say is true.
Most of us. Though, for insights on that strange to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
They making fun of the way I talk.
I want to go to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Waterpoo.
I will look at all of them, not fully know what to do, and actually gratitude. Kind of tap my sword, going, okay, I guess I'm off. And
All right. Put your huge sword that's longer than you over your top, cloak billowing in the dawn. Anyone else want to do anything before you head out of the demolished Nightstone?
I think Tulak will thank them by taking their forearm and kind of like bowing a little bit, as what would be his traditional way of thanks.
Yeah, sounds good. You show reverence to them, and they return the gesture as best they can. You all head out, and it's not long. There's a little feeder road that heads right to the high road, which maybe some of you have traveled on before, but it is an extremely well-trafficked way. So there are... Good?
You have a human body, right? Or a humanoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like fingers. But the face of an elephant.
What's your stature, though? Like, are you thick like an elephant?
Yeah, THICC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have the characters out?
No, I think we missed that memo. Might be helpful. I believe it's mine.
tall and broad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you go.
Something that could be
You
covered
can
with
show her the loxodon there.
Before we left, could I have obtained a very, very, very large tablecloth?
Yeah, 100%.
Like a nice looking one?
Yeah.
Like the most ornate one they could give
You
me?
want one that's like kind of lacy, like it has that kind of design? 100%.
Like, not like a sheer lace, just something
Yeah.
that has like decorative things, like
Yeah, it's
tassels
like,
at the
I don't
end.
know what that's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
you totally find one.
Tassels.
In fact, you find it from kind of the ruins of the tower that people are kind of picking through, but it's pretty much fine. The
Okay.
dining room was mostly unscathed. So yeah, you find that no problem.
I probably treated it with some like spray I have in my bag that,
A little perfume or something.
yeah.
Cool.
Alright, I'll just have that.
Okay, no problem. You all hit the road, and like I said, it's pretty well trafficked. You pass quite a few people, kind of coming both ways. At one point, a group of riders kind of rise with speed past you all. They've got these red capes kind of billowing behind them, and as they pass, kind of a mailed fist raises, and they've got knights' helms on. One's like, "Hail!" As they ride past you, they don't stop to talk or anything. Look like they're on very official, important business. And you see just ruts in the road, and overall it's pretty pleasant, right? It's kind of mid-spring, and nothing really outlandish happens. As it starts to get dusk, you see a large caravan kind of pulling up, and they're pulling off to the side. It looks like they're going to rest there. And you kind of see an outrider towards the front of them kind of raise a hand to you all, just, "Hail!"
Hail.
Says, "Where are you traveling from?"
Golden Leaf?
"Oh,
Originally Golden Leaf.
You
But-
see, it burnt down, so we've been wandering, looking for a new place.
well, you look like adventurers, am I right?"
Just enough to be able to get by and survive out here in these days.
I can understand that. Well, my name is Kaidel. I'm one of the outriders with this caravan, and we're always looking for new tales. We've been on this road since Neverwinter, and it can get lonely. Would you care to join our fire tonight? We have plenty of supplies to spare. And wine and song as well.
Well, in that case,
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. All right, well, come with us. What are your names, if I may ask?
Athra.
Arthur, pleasure to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. He bows down, kisses your hand. I mean, he does not look like a noble knight or anything, but he kind of behaves like one in that moment. He's scruffy and in leathers and stinking.
This is my acquaintance, Everly.
Everly.
Yes.
My name is Everest.
Well, would you prefer Everest then?
Yes.
Understood. Kind of looks
I'd make eyes that like...
a little bit nervously. Say, what part of the world do you hail, if I may ask?
Jolt.
Ah, wonders to behold. Well, welcome.
I will, with my telepathic thought,
Yeah.
to Everest. I was attempting to be a little deceiving. We don't know who we can trust out here. So the next group of people we encounter, it might be in everyone's best interest to at least tell a tiny lie.
I'll think that over.
Cut communicate, left the chat.
And what of you, small master?
Most people call me Snarf.
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 An outlandish name, to be sure, for an outlandish individual. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You as well.
And what of you, shield bearer?
I am Ulak.
Ulak.
I just thought it.
Well, pleasure to meet all of you. As you can see, we're setting up camp right over there. It should be a rollicking good time. It usually is. It's the only thing to stave off the dreariness of the road after so many weeks of dust and rain and hunger pangs.
Agreed.
I will join.
All right, you guys advance towards this caravan, and immediately you see a halfling come out, and this halfling, you see him kind of like barking orders at some people, and he kind of puts his hands on his hips, and he's like, Kaidel, what is this? Kaidel's like, brought some company for the fire. He's like, Kaidel. All right, very well. All right, you all heading north, heading south?
North.
Ah, unfortunate. We lost 2 of our guards up north before Waterdeep. Couldn't find any work. Well, hill giant attack of all things.
We fought a couple hill giants not a week ago. Killed them, of course.
You bested them. Impressive. That looks at you all. Well, I'm Enom Tobin. I'm the teamster in charge of this caravan. I welcome you. You're welcome to join our fire and enjoy our song. We've got a few, some brothers actually, 2 elven brothers who play harps absolutely wonderfully. So, I suppose you're in for a treat. We've got plenty of food to spare. Fewer mouths to feed after the hill giant attack. But their misfortune can be your fortune, I suppose.
Grim, but practical.
And you all approach as they're setting up this big bonfire, and it starts to get pretty rollicking. People seem to be having a good time. You see these 2 elf brothers come out. They're dressed in finery. They seem to be merchants. They seem to be quite wealthy. And they kind of sit down and tune these big silver harps. And you see one of them is signing to the other one. He's using sign language.
Knew it.
And the other one, he's kind of responding to him. And they begin to play, and people start dancing, and it's a truly lovely time. The songs they're playing are simultaneously really upbeat and raucous, and yet strangely full of lament and full of longing. And so the dancing is this dreamy experience of both sheer joy and sheer longing, kind of all at once. Do any of you participate? You dance? What do you do?
Has Tulak had time to attune to that +1 sword?
Yes.
Blade
Yeah.
sword?
Long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he'd actually rest his hands on it and accidentally cast message to someone in his party.
Okay.
Not realizing that that's what it did.
Makes sense to me.
Kind of like tap.
Yeah, what dumb thought do you transmit to
I think someone.
I can't wait.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Pharaoh gets here. Tulok. I wonder if I could play like this. I think I could do that.
Apparently one of our mics is picking up a lot of background noise. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fix that right now. Sorry, guys. Is it really? If it's really unbearable, let me know and I can try to diagnose it. Otherwise, we're just going to have to roll on.
When we get to a big town, I think I will buy an instrument. That could be fun.
I'll look from across.
Campsite. Oh, I guess if I whisper back, the connection's there. All right. Hey, I can hear you.
What?
I don't know how you're gonna bring a harp on the road. Also, they've probably been playing for like 3,000 years or something like that.
Of course.
But I mean, whatever you put your mind to.
Are you in my head?
You spoke to me in my head. I'll wave at you from across the campsite.
Across the bonfire, you wave.
It must be Sehanin Moonbow connecting us. This is good.
Could be. I wouldn't know.
I will still try it. Thank you for your encouragement.
No problem.
I would like to try to dance. I don't know that he knows dance, so I think he might just like start by going through like form. You know,
I
like
love it.
martial arts, like the
Perfect.
slow kind of.
Yeah, go ahead and make me. You know what? For that, I would let you do acrobatics if you'd like.
Oh,
you can roll performance as well if you prefer, but I imagine your acrobatics is better.
Thanks, I'd rather roll
Yeah.
acrobatics. That's a 20.
Okay. The rest of you here, at first, some people are like, is that a goblin? I'm sorry, is that a goblin? And people are kind of weirded out. But then, I mean, I think you even have your sword. Or do you? Do you take your sword
I think
with
I
you?
would have put the sword with it.
Yeah, I mean, you see him start doing these clearly martial forms, but if you've ever watched like a kata or whatever in karate or martial arts or whatever, you know, it's kind of mesmerizing. And he is doing it somewhat to the rhythm of the music. And with a roll like that, in time, the whispers from "that's a goblin" kind of go away to people kind of watching like a little bit in awe, both a little bit under the sway of the music and watching this, frankly, very beautiful form. It is an elvish technique.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is an elvish like move set that you're applying here, and people are pretty much blown away by it. People are in awe.
I'll step in and grab your hand and put the other one around my, like the back of my knee. And I'll say, do you remember the waltz we did the second time? Not the first time, the second.
First, I remember better, but that's because it wasn't really big.
Just
I remember.
follow my movement and I'm sure you'll recall. I taught you this one. Do you remember?
A box.
Okay, yes. And then we'll just go into like probably the like most perfect looking like dance.
Sweet, I love it. Why don't you roll? Do you have performance?
I have something.
Why don't you roll performance?
Yeah.
Cool. You roll performance, and yeah.
17,
As you
18.
start, the elves kind of they follow
I
your
don't have
lead.
any dice right now. What the
God, what is your life?
Lydia doesn't have
They
time.
changed to a 3/4 tempo with a heavy emphasis on 1 for the waltz, and some other people start getting up too. You kind of see some sheepish people like, "Did you go to dance, my lady?" She's like, "Oh, well, of course." And they get up, and kind of everyone kind of starts waltzing around.
I think Everest would do like a tribal. Like,
Okay, love it. Why don't you roll performance for me?
I don't have any dice.
Oh my gosh, do you need a set?
I'll be fine. I'll just borrow. You said performance.
Yep.
-1. Okay, this is fine. I got a 1.
You got a 1?
I got a 2, but then
I think it's kind of sweet in how bad it is, and I think frankly you don't even notice how bad it is because the music is beautiful, and I mean I think it's also kind of outlandish for you, right? You're not used to those particular types of instruments. I don't think people really play harps and chalts. Music there is more
drums.
Yeah, it's drums and it's woodwinds,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you're completely lost in it, and I think Everest is doing the equivalent of like that one dude at the concert who's like everyone's made room for, and it's just like.
Oh my god, yes.
Passing the orb.
Yeah.
It's holding the orb.
Everest is
It's
doing
trying
the
Or
equivalent
just
of,
doing like this thing, I gotta get my arms out where it's like,
yeah, right. But
She's doing the mom dance.
Yeah.
backpack.
So, I mean, while they have almost no rhythm whatsoever, people aren't laughing, despite the somewhat humorous look, sheerly by the earnest look on their face. Everest is just feeling it so deeply to their core. Everest feels this music. And as the music kind of winds
when
down...
I actually dance.
What's that? Yeah. No, you do the mom dance. Yeah, mom dance.
Oh my god, the sound effects too.
Yeah.
Give the smooch.
Yeah, you gotta do the smooch. After the dance, the two elf brothers set their harps aside and walk up to you. And the one of them seems to be kind of looking at the blade that you've kind of leaned to the side. That you've set somewhat to the side.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as good as he's feeling, I think maybe up until the past 2 days, 99% of all things, I don't think he's, taking a defensive stance, but I do think there's a rigidity.
Heart sinks a little bit.
I mean, it just kind of reforms, is this about to happen?
Yeah. He walks up to you and kind of bows to you, and his brother bows as well. And he says, I know that blade. He has a sing-song, beautiful voice. Perfectly articulates his words better than I can. That blade is called Isilmord. Moonshadow is the common tongue. It was forged by the master elven smith, Vamira Erro, 3 centuries ago. I believe she resides in Silvery Moon now. And he looks over at his brother, and his brother signs something. He's like, Moonshay Isles. Truly you must be of good heart to wield such a blade. It wouldn't let just anyone wield it in combat, as I see you have seen.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, my master gave it to me.
And who was your master?
It was... Should have forgot my master's name right at this moment.
You know, some things are very private and special.
No, it's
Such as
there.
names.
It's there. I totally can't remember.
God, you can tell whenever we're
Yeah.
tired when Sean can't remember something.
Yeah, if Sean's mind palace, all the doors are open. There's a breeze. There's a breeze going through that it's bad.
It's Master Galira.
Galira, it is Galira. He says, I'm unfamiliar with the name, but I am familiar with the technique. And the brother kind of signs to him. He's like, and you performed it expertly. Our kudos to you.
Thank you for your kind words and noticing. Most times, elves come up to me inquiring about the blade. They thought I stole it.
Oh, I know enough about that blade to know you can't just steal it and wield it. It's got to want you to wield it.
I did not realize that.
I believe that it's one of the 4 elven blades forged by Master Vamira, each of which have their own personality. Moonshadow is a bit temperamental. There's a song about it. We can play it for you.
I would like that. You play very beautifully and with much proficiency.
Thank you. It is a technique perfected over many decades. My name is Nuhar. This is my brother Selvek. His brother bows deeply to you.
I will bow deeply as well. Do you play on many caravans?
Oh, we are merchants, yes. We are used to the life on the road. It calls to us, frankly. It quells the wanderlust inherent in all elves.
I can understand that. My master told me it was important to get out into the world. That you would learn new things, grow.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Lovely. Treat that blade well, and it will treat you well as well. He speaks more eloquently than that.
Yeah. It's me making out his high tone. This is me and my understanding.
Treat Blade good.
Blade, be nice. Please.
Well, the information alone was worth plenty to me, but your songs are a gift.
Thank you. Well, we should return to playing, but first, speaking of wanderlust, you are Loxodon, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Wonderful. I've never met one in person. I'm Nuhar. This is my brother Selvek. Selvek bows.
I would bow and my trunk would fall, like Everest.
He sort of was like, remarkable. Tell me, are you one of the keepers, I believe? Is that what they're referred to as?
They are indeed.
Interesting.
How do you know of them?
My brother and I have traveled far and wide.
To Cholt.
Once. Can't say the climate agreed with us. We probably won't go back there, but we were happy to visit and experience it once. You must be full of stories. Are you going to share any tonight around the campfire? I'm tired of hearing the same old stories from that dwarf over there. He claims he defeated a young dragon single-handedly. But judging by the hobble in his step, I doubt he has that sort of martial prowess. Nevertheless, they're good stories, I'll give him that. The first 4 times you hear it. I've now heard it 17 times. 17 and a half. I couldn't take the last one.
I know plenty of stories.
Wonderful. I hope you'll be willing to share one.
Of course.
Well, it's a pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. May the rest of your journeys be pleasant.
Thank you, Nuhar and Selvik.
Selvik kind of bows to you once again. They go back and pick up their harps. They take their time. They're kind of conversing amongst themselves. The 4 of you have kind of found a little area to yourselves. If you'd like to have a moment of conversation, if not, we can move along.
Saving towns, good dance moves.
Those elves were beautiful.
Beautiful voices, for sure. And on the inside, I think you mean. On the physical level. But good souls, you mean. Yeah, I'm with you.
I meant everything.
Ah,
Their faces as well. And their hands.
what? Oh, well, different strokes, I guess.
You dance well.
Thank you.
Yes. I was impressed.
You dance earnestly
That's how it's done in Cholt.
to the rhythm in your heart, not necessarily the one in your ears,
Well,
which is more important, I think.
We call that marching to the beat of one's own drum.
drum. That's all they play in Cholt.
Goblins and orcs play a lot of drums. Yeah, percussion, yes, I'm more used to.
I didn't quite know how to dance to this, but I did my best.
Oh, we saw.
I was surprised at how easily...
Everest is not embarrassed by this.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
It's just flat. I was surprised at how much my martial form practice translated to the music. Almost like they were keyed to each other. There's a fluidity to it.
You move beautiful like those elves.
I was taught by an elf. An old elf.
All elves are old.
Some are objectively older than others, though. But yes, far older than all of me.
When you fight, it looks much like a dance, not like me.
Oh, you fight well, though. It's a good,
But
hearty bash. And
But when-
slash. Bash, slash, bash, slash. I like it.
when you come to here, and the sword extension of your arm, as you say, is not there anymore. It is just a dance, no longer a sword's dance. So why does it shock you?
Don't know, haven't danced to many harps. Or just interesting, I guess.
I see.
The music in Waterdeep is... whatever's popular, I guess.
We do not have much music. The icy weather does not allow instruments to stay whole for very long.
That makes sense.
Akathra, make me a perception check. Just you.
I hope it's one of your exes.
I wish I would have thought of that. But you look over and you see kind of rat-eyed, like little woman, kind of looking at you. And she's kind of looking at the four of you. And you see her sort of, like, put her back a little bit and unfold a paper. Kind of
Take a portrait, it'll last longer.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you want to take a sketch of me? Many men have.
It's like, oh, no, that...
I saw you looking. It's okay. I haven't been with many women in the last couple of years. However...
She blushes a little bit and it's like, no, nothing like that. And
What's your name?
It's like, Ravina?
Ravina. That sounds like a very... It's not a popular Waterdavian name?
Wouldn't know.
Huh, where are you from?
I'm from Baldur's Gate.
Please join us. We have wine.
I should turn in.
Oh, I must insist. Please.
I've got first watch.
I got a bit of gold for your troubles, too. Trust me. That's the least expensive option.
She rubs the back of her neck. It's like, all right. She kind of sidles up.
I'll
Sits on a
put
log.
a glass of something.
All right, she takes it. Pardon me. She looks at it for a second. Thank you, I might actually.
Oh, no, I was
thought
going
that
to
was for
cheers
real.
you. Do you need some?
No, I'm good. I thought you were handing that to me.
That would be so generous.
I would never.
Gallon
Here,
of
I
water.
thought. I'm all right.
Oh, do you need some?
No, I'm all right.
I'll get
Actually, can I
sick,
borrow some
though.
of yours, Lyd? No, better not.
No,
Give me
actually,
my
you
germs.
can't.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Anyways, she takes a sip of the wine and kind of just looks down towards the fire. That's good.
Nope. It just sounds like it's a lot.
Anyways,
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you.
I don't know why that's tickling me.
I don't know either.
Because everything is right now.
Plan on staying with this caravan as far south as it goes.
One of the guards, yes. We're heading as far south as Candlekeep, at least some of the caravan. The rest are going to break off in Baldur's Gate.
We are heading north.
Well, I won't ask your business. You look like adventurers of some kind.
Oh, we are.
Well, your business is yours, I'm sure.
Is it? You know, when others watch me and my friends and seem strange about it, it makes me feel like my business isn't my business. And I don't like to feel like my business isn't my business. Sometimes you just need some space. Tell that to Harold.
She's like, I think I take your meaning.
Did he send you?
No.
Then who did?
She's like, all right. The standard for caravan, the guards of caravans to be handed
Wanted
unsavorable, yes, wanted posters. So I'm not a bounty hunter. Your secret's safe with me. And yeah, you see a
What's the
hasty.
price on our head?
It's not much. It's 500 gold pieces. You killed. You wanted for murder of a guard aboard the Grand Dame
What?
riverboat.
apparently we killed a guard.
You did.
I did nothing.
That says murder. That's not the same as what happened. We gave him a chance to leave. Anyway, this is 10 gold. I know you didn't ask for it, but your discretion's appreciated. This was a misunderstanding.
Much obliged. I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna turn you in.
You were doing the right thing as a god anyway. If I'd have wanted poster.
But you could understand why we might assume otherwise.
Oh, of course.
Does this have our actual names on it?
I think some of you gave your names up at the card table. It
They
doesn't
know
have-
my name.
It doesn't have Everest, but it definitely has Hakathra and Pharaoh. It does not have your two names.
What's a picture? Does it have a picture of
It's a
Everest?
sketch, and Everest looks hilariously more elephantine.
This is a bad picture of Lady Hakathra. You might want to do something with it.
I don't want to see it.
Would you like to throw it in the fire?
Oh, yeah. Bigger teeth than I normally have. They do this
Oh yeah, you're definitely like exaggerated, like
Like a rat.
You don't look this fierce.
Yes, I do.
No, you
Right,
look more
more.
like a playful pup than this.
as far as your watch in the morning, don't worry about that glass. Take one of these. It'll help you sleep peacefully, and you'll still be able to wake up in time.
It's like,
Don't worry, I brew them myself.
I'll drink a little before if you want me to.
that's all right. I'm sorry.
A token, as an apology.
I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry for the trouble. Your business is yours. I'm going to turn in. Safe travels.
I'll kill him.
This is just little rat eyes.
Yeah, just like, little beady eyes, kind of.
That's an attractive one, though.
She heads off, and as she does, you all hear a kind of hush around the fire. And this one kind of older man stands up. He's got an eye patch on, and a couple, looks like a beast clawed his face. Like he's got 4 parallel scars and an eye patch. It's like, well, I haven't told y'all this one yet. There's an old ruin just to the north of here, a ways west of the barge ride in called Rundreth Manor. Tales tell of a dark lady who lives in the shadows there. She lures adventurers with her beauty, appearing as an enchanting maiden that none can resist. But as soon as they find themselves in her chambers, she's a dragon! And as he does that, he clearly casts prestidigitation a little bit. Like some kind of purple lights come around him, and everyone's kind of like, whoa! It's like, she's a shadow dragon renowned for her ferocity and her cunning.
Put that on my tombstone.
She can appear however she wants to and eats adventurers. Turns them to her will. Corrupts the land around her. You'd be wise to stay out of the wilds to the west of Bardryden, mark my words. He kind of continues on with a tale about other worms.
Oh, yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through a couple of the other worms of the north. In fact, he's talking about some that maybe you're interested in. I guess you didn't overhear what Everest heard.
No.
You hear him talk about the Black Death and the Mayor of Dead Men, saying it can appear in more than one place at once. He tells tale of a couple of dragons that were killed at the well. He talks about Lenathon the Blue. Terrible would play with his prey before finally killing them. He talks about Imrith, the dragon of the Anarok Desert, who turns adventurers into gargoyles that then serve her ill purposes. Kind of goes through this list of worms of the north, and every time he casts prestidigitation to make like blue lights appear, like maybe a small dragon fly into smoke or something like that.
Are you watching this?
Mm-hmm.
Are you next to me?
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's a spell he's casting.
I don't know. I've seen spells. Nice work, though. It's better than just being like, blah, 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 this happened, blah, blah. Why wouldn't you be like, that?
You do a good impression of a southern human.
Sometimes those can get boring.
Anyways, he continues telling tales,
What does he look
spinning
like?
yarns. Old man, like dark black cloak, just weathered face. He's kind of bald, but got the long hair too. Like that look. Doesn't look like a wizard traditionally, but you find yourself strangely drawn to the tales, and he tells them with such enthusiasm that it's almost like his words are woven with magic a little bit. I think it's not far off for those of you who would know better to be like, that's probably a bard. He's like a skald type bard.
What's his charisma like?
Probably like a 16.
Okay, I'm going to take my mage hand and push through the smoke in a very suggestive,
Yeah.
and just look at him.
He's kind of like, very good, yes. Anyways, I was saying, and he kind of
She's
looks
going to
over.
go for it.
All right, he
She's
kinda
going to try
keeps-
to go for it.
All right, gonna try to get with this old man bard.
Yeah.
She's a scrumper.
I'll light my pipe. Here we go.
She's a scrumper. Stop!
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, why don't you roll a persuasion check? Or, yeah, I think persuasion makes probably the most sense.
Low difficulty.
Just
don't roll
17.
one.
All right, yeah. He keeps telling stories and keeps looking over at you, and you clearly lay it on pretty thick. And towards the end of the evening, you all see him come and start talking to her, and they disappear off to his tent.
Only for 5 minutes.
It takes a while to get things started, and then...
Like in The Sims.
yeah, they do. What is it called in The Sims?
They woohoo.
They woohoo.
They have little hearts that come. So funny.
You see hearts above his tent.
The next morning comes, is there anything else anyone would want to do that evening? Hakathra is making the rounds.
I would want to go. I would want to go and find the elf brothers with the harp before they pack it up.
Okay.
And just ask to touch it.
Yeah, you find them, and in fact, yeah, they've got like these beautiful cases for him, and you come up, and he's like, oh, yes, of course. And he kind of hefts it over to you.
I don't touch it with my hand, though. I do it with my trunk.
You hold it and try to... And in fact, I mean... the strings are pretty close together, so you don't quite have the dexterity on a trunk, but...
I wouldn't know that you needed that.
Yeah.
I think it's like a guitar.
Yeah, you kind of play it, and I mean, it's a little bit tough, but your trunk is actually fairly precise, and you kind of pluck out a couple of notes, and he kind of stops and is like, no, if you look, see, the slightly off-color ones, those are the sharps. So if you can avoid those, you can play the major scale here, and you have no idea what he's talking about, but he kind of shows you the basics, and you kind of pluck the strings that he kind of points out to you. And I mean, it's at least interesting. It's kind of a cool thing, and there aren't really stringed instruments, I don't think, in Chult. Not that you don't know what one is, but...
There's like banjos.
Are
I
there?
don't think so. Nah, not in Chult.
There is in my headcanon. There's
Okay.
fucking banjos.
All right, maybe there's a couple of bands. That's strange.
I mean, I think there's stringed instruments in
Yeah, I guess so.
place.
But I would imagine they're more like the
I was thinking-
single string or,
or like three.
Yeah. So not quite the same, but certainly you get the concept. And,
Yeah.
And even him guiding you plays some very beautiful melodies.
I think that I would want to spend a lot of time with them because they're the only ones that have been to Chult, and I'm so homesick.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Even though that they,
And you hate us.
yeah, even though they didn't really like it that much, I just.
Yeah, and they talk more about it. I mean, I think they indicate it's not that they didn't like Chult, they just didn't like the climate.
The weather.
There's like the bugs and the heat. They just couldn't hang with it. But I think they tell you some really pleasant experiences they had, and some views of the jungle from the distance that was breathtaking to them, and all kinds of stuff like that. Pharaoh, what do you do for the rest of the evening?
Well, I mean, unless anything comes up, I mean, he'll probably meditate for a while, and then he will sleep close to wherever Hikathra, whatever tent she went to. Not like right up on it, but just like close.
You hear the sounds of an old man like laugh, coughing, and Hikathra giggling back.
I'll just,
No, I'd definitely be covering his mouth like, shut up.
I'll, I think sleep against a wagon wheel, sword up,
Yep.
pull it over, and
Oh, hell yeah.
just,
Got that Kurosawa vibe there.
oh yeah. But I'll get up at dawn to meditate and kind of go through forms again.
Yeah, and at dawn you see the caravan like packing up, and everyone's kind of getting ready to head out anyhow. How about you?
What kind of moon is it tonight?
Let's see.
It was a full moon, like
It was a full
3 days
moon.
ago.
Full moon a couple nights ago, so it's what
waxing.
Gibbous,
Waxing Gibbous.
Gibby.
waxing Gibby Town.
Waxing Gibby Town. Is it a clear night?
Clearish. You got some cloud cover.
I think Tulak would try and find a spot away, and he'd trace like a moon and say any Moonbow's symbol that he knows
Cool.
into the dirt, and just kind of pray for the people of the towns they've passed through already,
Cool.
and their health on the future road, because he didn't really get a chance to do so before they left.
Yeah, sounds good.
He's so sweet.
I think you find that inner peace, that divine light within, and you have there's no question that Moonbow hears you, right? Moonbow doesn't keep it a secret or keep you...
Can Moonbow hear me?
Oh, yeah, Moonbow's trying to turn you down.
The whole camp hears you.
Moonbow's like, no, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
So I'm having trouble. But, the divine spark is something that you rely upon, and you feel it very, very plainly there.
I think after that he sleeps better than he has and more assured in his direction than he has in a while.
Cool. Love it. All right. The next morning comes.
While after I did my thing, and
What was your thing?
Scrumptown.
Okay.
So after the
population
Scrumptown,
1.5.
yeah, 1.5. All 1.5 me. After Scrumpy time, and this bard dude is like passed out asleep.
Oh, yeah, he's
I'm just gonna be like staring at him and like pouring like some tinctures into his mouth and trying to help it like go down and just watching and waiting.
Love it.
Fucking creepy.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy, but I love it.
I'm into it.
I mean, I think you do it, and just like the kind of outskirts of your vision sort of turn like a purple, almost like tendrils kind of reaching in, and you feel energy coming back into your body as you watch him sleeping. And he's just like, anyway. What of it? Awesome. All right, the next day comes. Everyone's packing up. The elves, you see their wagon kind of pulling into position, and it's clearly got this like gossamer cover, unlike anyone else's in the entire caravan. The sides of it have like inlays that have been carved in the wood in this very beautiful Art Nouveau style. They've got these two big, beautiful white horses, look like Clydesdales or something like that, pulling the wagons, and the one brother, what's his name? Nuhar. He kind of sees you all and is like, it was very pleasant making all of your acquaintances. I wish you luck on your journeys. And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out 4 just beautiful elven coins. And he's like, may they bring you luck.
I'd pick it up with my trunk.
Thank you, elf brothers.
You're welcome. May the wind be at your back. Ha! Wagon kind of pulls into position with the rest of the caravan, and with practiced precision, the caravan sets onto the road and gets off even before you thought. Pretty early. They get moving. For so many people, they get them very organized and head on the road.
Tight.
And you all get back to the road yourselves, hoisting your packs after eating a little bit of breakfast. Some food left over from Destiny. And you know that it's about 2 more days to Waterdeep. The rest of your journey is uneventful. Oh, the rest of the day is uneventful, I should say. You travel sometime, you pass more people, you see some Waterdavian guard at one point pass by, and at another point during the day, it's kind of a crisp, clear day, you look up and you actually see 3 griffin cavalry flying in formation. And they're flying kind of low to the trees, and you see them swoop by a couple of times, and at one point, as they fly overhead from you all, they all dip their wings, like kind of simultaneously, but they fly off, and I'm not sure what they're up to.
That's a little weird. Cavalry's not usually out this far. Nor the gods.
I don't think they're looking for us.
You mean?
No, the Griffin cavalry's certainly not worried about us.
Stranger and stranger things have been happening.
You mean to say there are more people riding griffins here?
Oh yeah, like a whole, I don't know what the word is, but like, maybe like 100. Probably more, but like a lot of them.
Griffins are temperamental creatures.
They train them from birth, they say.
You
they
have
hatch them and feed them themselves, probably. I don't know what it's like.
If one doesn't, it will not listen to you, and it is a death sentence, for as soon as it is old enough, it will cut you open and eat you yourself.
Well, it's definitely a death sentence for most of their prey.
It is astounding that 100 of them have tamed a griffin.
Probably more. I'm using 100 as a nice, easy number, but it could be far more. Waterdeep's huge.
Can you turn off the air from your phone? People are saying there's some really bad sound issues, and it sounds like static in the background. I think it might be the air conditioner getting picked up. I'm not sure. I'll try to diagnose it. But
Oh, yeah, we haven't really had that running in a while, have we?
yeah, we really haven't. Okay, the air just cut off, so tell us if it sounds a little better. People are saying it starts and stops. I don't know what that is or how to diagnose it right now. Can everyone just check the connections on their mic?
I moved. It might be, I don't know, mine got flipped over in my shirt.
Yeah, just check the connections. Make sure everything's like connected tightly.
Let's just do a quick 1, 2. Testing.
Everything good?
Yep.
Testing. We'll see
Let's
if we
ask
can't
the
diagnose
chat.
it. Guys in chat, tell us if it's a little better. Otherwise, see if it's someone moving or something like that. We'll try to get it better.
Chat us up.
Yeah, they said it sounds much better. All right, cool. Okay, back to it. So, sorry, I missed your entire conversation about the Griffin Cavalry, but go ahead. You guys can
They were
resume
doing
where you
good.
were if you want. Everest, I think it's the first time you've seen something like that. I mean, you see these knights in like shining armor flying on griffins, and they fly pretty close overhead, actually. I'll let any of you who would like to make a insight check, if you'd like, to kind of try to figure out what's going on.
I got a 15.
13.
13.
Okay.
Same.
I got a big number, 16 plus 6.
Okay, I think all of you then got high enough to get that, like, they seem to be a search party. The way they are crisscrossing the trees near the road, it looks a heck of a lot like they're looking for something.
Do you think that they could be looking for us?
No.
Not for 500 gold pieces.
We are not a big enough worry. Literally. They're probably keeping an eye out for giants.
We'd have to do far worse things for the Griffin Cavalry to care about us.
Well,
But
yeah, some of us haven't done
the
anything.
caravan back there said they heard of giants roaming about. We've come in contact with hill giants, cloud giants, throwing boulders down. That has to be it.
If the giants are all out of sorts, everybody's in for a couple bad days.
I can't think of much worse than boulders raining out of the sky and destroying your homes, but I cannot argue with that statement either.
I don't know if any giants would be so bold as to attack Waterdeep right now.
If there are 100 griffin riders, as you say, it might be safe, but a goblin, a half-elf, you two, not big enough, literally.
I am very big.
Yes, but he is very small. Giants
I'm just like,
are bigger. It's too logic. You don't need to know.
too logic. Hashtag too logic. Make it happen, chat.
To logic. All right.
I mean, the last time giants were in Waterdeep, they did crash their ice castle into the old Temple of Anilor. To do good, not bad things. They were saving it for sure, but they did. They did pretty much destroy the old Temple of Anilor.
Why would you destroy a temple?
The Tiamat was, I don't know if her mouth was, one of her mouths were there. I don't fully understand, but bad things were happening. And then the heroes were fighting, and then the castle went, shattering glass all over the street.
What is giants' fascination with flying castles?
It was only the one.
But it wrecked.
I rebuilt it.
I see.
Are you like shoving cheese and bread into your mouth?
Yeah, eat some of the...
Like
Has
jerky.
opened up one of the bindles with some jerky.
Built it.
Want some of those cheese cubes from ice?
Oh,
It's not that much cheese. All right, the rest of the day passes uneventfully. You all find a kind of quiet place to camp. For the remainder of the day, you continue to see Griffin cavalry passing overhead. And sometimes they kind of even seem to strafe or follow the road and then kind of dip off to the sides.
I mean, do any of them get close enough to hail?
Not quite, not quite. And even if you try, like, kind of, they seem to completely ignore
Got it.
you. Like, they seem to pay you no real mind. Other than the one time they kind of dipped their wings at you, which seemed to be like an acknowledgement or something. But, yeah, whether or not they see you and your hails, they completely ignore you and continue their trek. So for the last night, you'll be in Waterdeep in about, I don't know, maybe 7 hours tomorrow. You're just kind of on the outskirts, and you've even seen some outlying farms and some small towns and stuff. You find a nice quiet place to camp on the side of the road. You're sitting around the campfire. Everyone's like starting to get ready to bed down. You've kind of rolled out your bed rolls and everything. And you hear kind of all around you in the trees a strange kind of chittering, which immediately puts all of you on edge because the sound of it just drives a strange fear right through your spine. You hear like, and then it's responded like, and it's kind of echoing off the trees.
And
you
like
hear
a mating call.
it sounds, you know what it sounds a little bit like? Let's see, I'm trying to think. I guess in Cholt there would be hyenas. It sounds a little bit like hyenas. The rest of you maybe a little bit like coyotes, except they sound strangely more more verbal. You hear a couple more like, kind of echoing through the trees.
And I mean, it doesn't sound like language. Necessarily.
It doesn't necessarily sound like language, but it also doesn't necessarily sound totally animalistic.
Yeah, sure.
I will dismiss my snake
Okay.
and cast another familiar as a bird
Okay, cool.
to go fly into the trees and scout it out.
No problem. You make a bird, it flies up in the sky.
Aren't I able to
Yeah, up to 100 feet you can warg into it, essentially. And I will let you make a perception check right now.
do I use the stats for the...
I think you
I don't have
use
that
your
one.
own mental stats. You use its physical stats.
11.
You beat me. So what happens is the bird circles around a little bit. It's the moon is still pretty bright. The bird kind of darts in and around trees and stuff, and you kind of send it towards where you've heard the most recent sound, and you're looking through its eyes, and it's like, it's nothing, and then you see this strange, hulking creature with sort of this dog face, and it is dragging a dead griffin. And this griffin is just like being drugged, and it's covered in bite marks and blood. And you see another one of those dog creatures kind of walking behind it, and it's stalking with this glaive in its hand. And it's got one shiny piece of armor that looks completely like the rest of it's like leather and disgusting. And then you see another one walking with a cat of nine tails with like barbs on the ends, and it's wearing a helmet that's like shiny and polished. And they seem to be stalking right towards your campfire.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, you snap out of it.
I will relay everything I just saw as I'm packing my shit up.
All right. You guys clear your stuff back a little bit for me?
Oh, great.
Why?
For why? For why?
I gotta make Camera Diaz earn her.
I tell you,
Explains exactly that.
Yeah, how do you summarize? How do you summarize? Actually, can we leave the trees?
oh, I'm sorry. You said clear everything off the table, and then I
hit your stuff,
I went ahead and just started clearing everything off the table like
okay.
a dumbass.
How do you summarize to them what you saw?
I tell them exactly what I just heard.
Okay, so it takes about 20 seconds of explanation.
Yeah, I would first I'd yell it out like, okay, this is what I saw and blah, blah, blah. But then okay, first of all, we need to move and hide. Second of all, this is exactly what is coming after us or towards us.
Oh, it's probably gnolls.
Everybody with dark vision, roll perception for me.
Ooh,
probably-
half-elves have dark vision. Yes.
I'm
Ooh.
I honestly.
Oh, yeah. Up to
I'd like
60
to,
feet.
give my girl Hakathra
Okay, yeah.
inspiration for that familiar warging.
Oh, damn. Thanks.
Can you put this behind the tree right in front of Camera Diaz on your side?
I got a 19 plus.
Samesies.
Cool.
Right here.
Yep. I'm just gonna have these right here.
I'll give mine to Everest for staying honest the whole time. Wait, do you already have
I
one?
have
I'm Everest.
No, I don't.
Well, no, I mean, I have it, but...
But it's an
no
old
one
one?
gave it to me. It was an old one.
Oh, okay, cheater.
Sorry. I want to give mine to Sean, because I like his goblin voice a lot.
Thank you.
So funny.
Because he's a gerber.
He's a
Mine
gerblin.
to Kochi.
for why?
One, for
Because I
complimenting
said
my
so.
dance moves. Two, him trying to explain
My
sizes.
All right. You all now, as she finishes explaining it, being on the lookout, you look and you just see these silhouettes moving silently now and just stalking
man.
ever so quietly. Were it not for the moon, they would completely have you by surprise. But they're just stalking and they kind of see that you've spotted them and you hear like, yeah! Let's roll initiative, please.
Initiative. Damn it.
Do the initiative roll. Could you pass me my D12 that's under your peak over there?
Oh, you got your dice now?
Yeah. That's where I just went. Thank you for letting me borrow.
Sound all right out there, chat?
She's big.
Okay, Hakathra, where are you at?
9.
Okay. And I'm just going in the order these are here. Tulak.
14.
Okay. Actually, you're there. Everest.
13.
I'm a 10, my dude.
I don't like those things. What are they?
Knowles.
They
What's a
appear to
knoll?
be gnolls.
What's a knoll?
Gnolls
Like a
are
grassy
sort of these
knoll?
hyena-looking things. And you know what? Why don't everybody roll nature for me? Everest, I'm going to let you roll with advantage just because it's kind of your thing to study this. And gnolls are definitely a problem in Cholt.
I got a 19, my dude.
Cool.
14.
What does a 10 get me?
10 gets you not much other than
Got
you're
a-
like, oh.
a six.
Here's a knoll for you guys.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't
got a
like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
The braids.
I know.
It's
pretty awesome.
Nolly braids later?
Oh man, dude, you look so sick.
Yeah,
with
you
them
would look
braids.
sick with knoll braids, dude.
Can you please grow your hair out?
It was grown out just
did.
last summer.
But to do the knoll.
All right. Oh, sorry. What'd you get, Lydia?
A 16.
Okay. You and anyone who got a 15 up.
I did. I got
You know that gnolls are rumored to have demon blood in them, and that they frequently either precede or eat the scraps left behind a rampaging demon. If you would, please arrange yourselves around the fire. Can Camera Diaz see all that? Yep, looks like Camera Diaz has got it. I think Camera's good.
good.
Yeah.
Can you make a nameplate for her?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a me. Or is one of these me?
Well, you're not Tulak, so
Is this me right now?
I guess so.
I believe it is.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
you gave me your fig, right? I just
No, I broke it in half on accident when I
fixing
primed
it.
it.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You might want to angle that. I think you guys are hidden.
I look a
by
lot
the- by the
different.
cameras. There we go. We can see the party right here at the camp.
Oh yeah, I'm getting it now.
All right. Okay, the trees are going to provide +2 armor class, guys. If you are behind a tree, you will have +2 armor class to an attack coming in. Having now realized that you've spotted them, they all start like at once, like, and they're all making this awful chittering sound that's like echoing off the
How do
trees.
you know they've
and
been
just sort of,
spotted?
they're watching you. They're expert hunters. Tulak, you were up. Well, because he stood and drew his sword and stuff. You guys all stood and got ready. And you did kind of shout at him. Tulak.
Standing Moonbow has smiled upon us today. And he will draw his sword, walk over to right next to this tree, and hold his action.
Okay. Attack
Until-
one comes adjacent.
Adjacency.
Everest.
Is that guy's probably like 120 feet away.
Which one?
Oh my god, there's so many back there.
Oh my god.
It's alright.
I didn't see those. I just saw that one guy.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna hit that one with a guiding bolt, hopefully. Hopefully. I rolled a 5.
Afraid that's not gonna.
I'm gonna use my
Right, no.
I'm gonna use
your
my inspo. I'm gonna type my password
call.
wrong over and over again first. That's a 13.
That will do it. Yes.
Wonderful. So that's 4d6. 6, 12, 13. I did that so fast.
You did
Are you
do
a
that
calculator or
fast.
something?
did it so fast.
You see Everest come up, raise their shield, stick a hand out as this white light streaks, illuminating the trees all around it. And for a moment, it illuminates these hyena-looking faces. That's just tongues lashing, saliva coming down. All of them seem to have taken pieces of a knight's mail. You see one with like the leggings and another one again with the helmet. And then the one has dropped this griffin, which one wing has been torn off, but its beak and sort of horse legs are still clearly visible. But your guiding bolt slams into the chest of this one. It's as light starts emanating from out, its eyes are glowing blue. And it is their turn, in fact.
Creature.
Okay. First, the archers are going to go. This archer, you all hear bowstrings kind of streaking back. Tulak, one is shooting at you. I'm giving you +2 bonus armor class for the tree intervening. Actually, nah, it's able to step here and see you past the tree.
Cool.
Fires off a shot with its bow. I don't think multi-attack. Nope, just single shot. Misses and kind of regains its cover. They're all going to poke out and shoot. That one's also going to shoot at you, Tulak. Also misses. That one's shooting at you, Everest. What's your armor class?
With a tree or no?
Yeah, I'll count that tree in there.
18.
He did get you. Everest, you take 4 points of damage, and then the rest of these 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and the rest of them are going to move up 60 minus him. And yes, 60. And this one as well. And go ahead, Coach, you get your attack.
Ugly.
We're gonna do that thing.
Do it.
Do that thing.
Honestly, he's moving with such speed, and he's wielding this glaive-looking thing, but it still sort of runs with its hands as like a leading foot, almost like it's a four-legged creature. And at the last minute, rises up to its full height. It's like 8 feet tall. And you're bracing with your shield and swing your sword, and it just, with tons of strength behind it, swings this glaive and knocks your sword back. Sort of, the tip goes into the dirt.
After my attack action.
Nope. That's a bonus action to do. You don't get the whole bonus actions, my dude. Yeah. Pharaoh, you are up, sir.
It's not cloudy.
It is not cloudy.
I'll look up in the moonlight and be like,
Oh yeah, you pull the blade, and almost like starting from the hilt down, the runes all start glowing. You all, for the first time, for some of you, having seen the blade pulled in the moonlight, you hear this faint, like almost like a woman holding a note, like just very faintly in the like sound of the blade shimmering.
all right, I will. I guess, well.
The one right here is the one she hit with the guiding bolt, by the way.
Okay, then I'm going to step in between. I'm going to run under Everest's legs and just dragging my blade.
I hope they have a really low armor class, each and every one of them, and really low hit points.
To attack.
You do get advantage because she hit it with a guiding bolt.
Give me one of them sours.
I need it.
Ooh, that's going to hit.
Many left. So that is going to be D10 plus D4.
Yeah.
Can I have a marshy?
That's 12 damage.
As this knoll is, you step with your long elvish blade, bring it back, and just smoothly cut right across the middle, and its legs are still moving as the top half falls.
Oh, that's tight.
Blood sprays the one behind it, and as it does, it's just like. And yeah, you still got some unarmed attacks, don't you?
I do. Actually, no. I can still do one as a bonus action.
Yep.
I can't do the two because it's immediately after. If you're going to do that one, it's immediately after you attack.
Gotcha.
You have
That
to
makes
do it.
sense.
So I will unarmed attack this one, though. That would be a...
That is a hit, sir.
Yeah, 16.
I'm sure of that.
4 for 6 damage.
Okay. You sort of finish slicing through the other one, rush forward, and just land a foot. And it sort of... And as it does, you can see that one eye has gone milky white. It's got a scar across it. Its tongue is kind of hanging out. And you see a necklace of ears that it is wearing.
All types.
All different types. Some pointed. Hakathra, you were up. You all right?
Sour candy makes me choke.
Uh-oh.
I am going to, within 30 feet, make it here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to...
Back the one in front of Coach.
Sure. With my... I just gleated all over my sheet. Ew, that was like so much gleet.
Ye olden time gleet. Gleet.
With my rapier. With my rapier.
Oh, heartbreaking.
I do nothing. And then I'm going to bonus action. Hide behind Coach.
Two lock?
Somehow.
All right.
No, I can't. I have no movement. Okay, I will bonus action dash and take an opportunity attack.
Take 2, because there's two adjacent to you there.
I will bonus action dodge.
Okay. You can. Dash, disengage, hide.
Dodgeball.
God. Okay.
All right.
Don't want to eat any more of these.
Oops.
He's dead now.
One of those hit you. And that's going to be D8. 2 points of damage. Wow.
Whoa.
You gonna survive that or not?
Yeah, I think I might.
On his turn, you see the largest one of them, the hulking shadow, steps forward 10, 20, 30. You can see a huge bow being drawn in here. Just stretching back. Twang. And let's see, we're going to shoot at 2 of y'all. I'm just going to do a D4 to see which ones. Coach and Everest.
Calories of these.
So, 2 lock, arrow coming at you.
No.
No good.
No.
That'll be 10 points of damage, sir.
Oh, I'm dead.
And one also comes at you, Everest.
Really?
Gotcha. And that's going to be 9 points of damage.
Gotcha.
And you then hear him shout in a language that is just like, ugh. I don't think any of you speak Null, right? You're like, and this one makes an attack on you, Pharaoh.
Find the halflings.
I'm a 17 right now.
Gotcha. Yikes. 6 points of damage. With that, the initiative count has hit 20. Everybody make a perception check for me. Only tell me if you broke a 15.
Perception.
Did not.
I did.
I did.
Okay, just you?
I did.
The whole,
Oh, you
the
did?
whole, the
Yeah.
whole
Both you did? Sorry. As you all are standing there, you feel something
Lydia.
like cool, and you kind of look up and you can see a faint snowfall. And with that, Tulak, you are up, sir.
All right. I will swing at the boy in front of me.
Oh my god.
That's not how to win this fight.
Nope. All right. So bonus action. We will.
You swing, and he again just he catches your sword hit, Tulak, and he pushes it back towards you to where the blade is almost touching your face, and he's like, and you can smell his breath. Smells like rotten meat. What am I making? Opposed athletics or acrobatics?
Well, I just critted it, so.
You did. Oh well, good. Good on you. Let's see if they can even beat you. Probably not. Pretty damn close, but no. Yeah, you knock him down. He's sort of looking at you, and you and then just throw all of your strength into it and find him kind of off guard. You put one foot behind one of his feet and knock him to the ground. Or hers. You can't tell their gender apart. Everest, you are up.
Is that so?
Make it so.
I'll try. I will use another guiding bolt.
Cool. Witchin.
That one.
Okay. That.
Then 7.
I would like to remind you have 1 divine pre-roll, courtesy of Chancellor.
I know. I would never forget that. I rolled a 7, and my spell attack is +6.
Unfortunately, no. You fire it off, and he ducks, and you again see it kind of illuminating. And as it illuminates, you can see these snowflakes sort of starting to lightly dust the treetops. Anything else, Everest?
No.
It is the enemy's turn, starting with the archers. Most of you are going to get bonus armor class. You do see the archers stepping forward, and you can see that they also have glaives over their backs. And, yeah, if you would move them all 30 feet forward for me. Coach, this one's shooting at you right here. What's your armor class again, Coach?
Am I getting bonus? I'm 18
Not
on
at
the
this
sheet.
point. Nope. He got you.
Of course it is.
6 points of damage. Pharaoh, that one is shooting at you. Misses. That one's shooting at you, Everest. And also misses. You just hear arrows. With that, it is their turns. This one stands up, and Coach, I'm sorry, but these two are right here. They gang up on you, sort of piling onto you. You kind of get your back against the tree, and they're attacking savagely. They're just swinging like no kind of style or form behind it, just swinging wildly. Just gonna roll 2 attacks here. Oh my god. Got a crit on you there, my dude. And you take 8 points of damage. Pharaoh, this one continues to attack you. Armor class again?
17.
Didn't get you. Let me double check that. Did not get you. It swings this massive glaive and it splits the earth in front of you, and you're able to dodge kind of just beside it. And as you guys watch, you see a blur from the blue light of his blade left in his wake. Pharaoh, you're up.
All right, well, I got one right in front of me here, so I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack with the sword. I'm going to re-roll that.
Y'all probably need some better dice here.
Only
That
we had 80 die.
15.
15 gets him.
Okay. That's 15 damage.
That is just enough, because he was already hurt.
With
Am I right
6
about
damage
that? Yeah, you already had the 6. That's right. Yep. You again kind of slice up, and in the moonlight, this thing is like a hot knife cutting through butter. Like you swing it, almost like, did I even swing it? And it just splits apart as it falls to the ground dead. And you hear the sort of dog-like whimpering as it falls to the ground.
Oh. Okay, with... Oh, my boy's being hurt. So, I will step up and I will make an unarmed strike as my bonus action.
Cool.
That, what I imagine would hit, it's a 16.
That is a definite hit.
That's 6 damage on, the one directly in front of me.
Cool. All right, got it.
In his butt.
Kathra, you are up.
Go up.
Can your snake give you the help action?
Your
Yeah.
bird certainly can, yep.
So my bird goes before me in initiative.
Yep.
So my bird will go and
Squawk around him. Talons attacking. No problem. You got the help action.
and then I am going to cast Green Flame Blade.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm going to attempt to make an attack.
You get advantage.
You do get advantage because of the help action from your birdie.
Sick.
That is a hit.
All right. And I get a Sneaky Deaky.
You do get a sneaky deaker. Yep. A sneakle deacon.
Sneakle Beacon. What the what?
Pretty cool. That was cool.
17. I can count.
All right, awesome.
What if we all landed on top of each other?
And then does it jump to the
Yeah, the green flame blade then jumps to the other one.
5 goes to the other.
So you rush this one and just, like, it's about to try to attack Tulok again, and you just right through it. It sort of whimpers, you like,
Did she kill it?
falls to the ground. Yes.
And
then this one takes how much? 2 points of damage?
5. My spellcasting modifier.
Your spellcasting modifier ain't no
It's
5.
+5 for my.
It's gonna be +3 because your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, my save attack. Sorry. Yeah. No, wait.
Your attack. It doesn't include your proficiency. Your
My
attack
spell
includes
attack
proficiency.
bonus.
So that is your spellcasting.
Yeah.
Plus your proficiency.
Gotcha.
If your charisma is a 16, it's gonna be a 3 damage to him.
Okay, yeah, just double checking what the warlock one was.
Yeah,
It's intelligence or charisma. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got
You're
+3
+3.
charisma, so
Okay.
3 damage
Sorry,
on
I
him.
just
And you all see
randomly
this,
went into
and in fact, I think for some of you, that's maybe the first time you've seen the green flame blade attack.
And then,
What does the magic look like? Is it that dark purple color?
like a purple smoky color.
Yeah, you see it kind of burn, and it burns this thing's flesh, and it's kind of it yelps a little bit as it burns. Go ahead.
And
Ooh,
then-
Nets Girl with the subscription coming in
thanks.
clutch.
Thanks, Matt.
Y'all know you need these dice. Thanks,
So
Matt.
I'll
You know we
bonus
love you.
action, do nothing.
Okay.
Actually, I can bonus action move because I'm not with anyone's.
Yeah, you won't.
Okay,
do
so
any
bonus
attacks there.
action dash back over here.
Cool. And with that, this large one continues walking forward. It's got this huge bow with these big, like, black, thick arrows that just look like sleek. They almost look like they're made of onyx. Draws one back and tries to fire directly on you, Pharaoh. Right, directly ahead of it. Does get you.
Yep.
For 9 points of damage.
I will.
Yes!
Oh yeah. I will. I will catch it.
You gonna spend a key to throw it back?
Yeah. I'm
Sweet.
to keep the throw back.
Monks, OP. Please nerf.
No.
Alright. You see he catches the arrow, and it's huge. And you try to sling it back at him, and he actually knocks it away with the bow as you toss it back. The next shot is coming at you, Everest.
Everest.
Moi?
And
Nope.
you just hear it. In fact, it hits the tree and punches through. And you see the kind of like thick arrowhead punched through the tree. It then lets out this snarl. And this one attacks you again, Tulak. Oh my god. I am so sorry, Coach. I don't have it in for you, I promise. But you will take 6 points of damage. Not a big one from a crit. But as he says that, as he finishes his snarl, you hear echoing through the trees. And the very trees seem to tremble at the sound. You hear, and you see this dark, like almost a black light appearing like through the trees, and it's casting like lines of light through the trunks of the trees back there somewhere.
Is it a demon?
Could be. Tulak, you are up. You all who failed the perception check now notice flakes of snow starting to pile up on your shoulders. In the spring. Tulak.
All right. We are going to try and hit this guy in front of us. We're gonna use.
Yeah, good luck. You want to use a divine free roll?
Yes.
All right, this one's from Chancellor. Chancellor, let's see if you help. You got him. You got him.
Good. All right. Cool. And we're gonna throw a smite in there
Yeah,
too.
man.
I can
Because
smelt that bitch.
Smout him.
we're gonna smout him.
Smout him on the snout.
Which
It's a snout smout?
snouts.
Who's a bad boy?
All right. So how many? 2d8. Cool. And so 3d8 total. Where are all my pyramid boys at? All right. The middle one is my sword damage. The rest is magical
all
smout damage. Good. So 11, 12 plus 6. So
18.
yeah.
That is just enough, my dude.
18
You finally see Tulak just raise his sword, and you see this kind of greenish light, and almost pushing back against that dark light, this sort of green light that almost looks like day. And Pharaoh, you look down at the ground, and you see 3 flower petals open, sort of in the light, and you swing down, just smashes into the thing, and it yelps in pain and just like dissipates into nothingness. Smells like burning hair.
And as a bonus action, I will drink a healing potion.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Everest, you're up.
I would like the big one with the big bow and arrow to make me a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Can do. Spending Metz's beautiful divine pre-roll. That's a pass.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I got a 20 and a 17.
Fuck.
Sorry, Metz. Thank you, though. Passes.
The demons will not have it.
Nothing happens.
And with that, can you move that one 30 feet forward, please?
I refuse.
Does it have a handle on it?
On this? Mm-hmm. No.
I think you can buy separate handle things.
Are you there?
I don't want a handle.
I was right
Oh,
next
I
to the
was
tree.
thinking for me.
All right. Everest, you've got an arrow coming at you from one. Misses. Pharaoh, this one drops its bow and draws a wicked-looking sword. Misses. This one pulls the glaive off its back and tries to slice down upon you.
Do I have a key? I
Misses
scratched
for
them
once.
so much.
For once it missed you. Pharaoh, you were up, sir.
All right. I mean, I got one right ahead of me. I'm going to try to swing on it with my sword.
That's a hit.
That is 12 damage.
Okay.
And then I will immediately spend a key point to do 2 unarmed
Cool.
attacks. So here's the first one. That is a... No, that's a... 13. Won't do it. Or will it?
It already had 12. Oh, 13 to hit. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a miss.
That'll hit.
Yep.
That is 8 more.
All right, it's looking rough. You kind of slice your blade through it, and in fact, you see an arm come off and just fall to the ground, and blood kind of sprays out of it. It's like, as you kick it right in the guts. But it is still standing. Hakathra.
$20 up. I am going to have my familiar move up and distract.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Same deal. So I get advantage on my attack, right?
You do indeed. That's a hit.
Okay. And still I get a sneak attack.
You get one sneaky town.
Sneaky town. Oh, I forgot to say that I was doing the other thing, but that's okay because I don't have a thing next to it.
All right.
Ooh. 14.
All right. Yeah, you come up with your... Is it a dagger you're using or no? A rapier?
No, my rapier.
Using your rapier. You come up and just, like, as it's distracted with Tulok, again, you wait for the perfect opportunity. It's the bird. It sort of turns out... Just jab it right between the ribs.
And then I still have 10 feet of movement if I were to disengage and step back.
That's right. You got it.
Actually, I was here.
Yeah.
10 puts me a little more behind the tree.
Cool. All right. With that, this large one just growls and walks directly in between the two of you, and it like draws this wicked-looking flail. It looks like a cat of nine tails.
Nope.
It's got 3 chains with big spiky balls, basically. And
No.
it
No.
makes one attack on each of you.
No.
So here is its attack on you, Tulok.
Crit.
The other side is
The anti-crit.
Anti-crit, and it just swings out. I mean, you hear boom, 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 like all 3 smash into the ground. Actually, one smashes into your shield and kind of splinters into it. And it yanks it, and as it does, pulls your arm with it. Turns to swing at you, Pharaoh, and you just see these 3 like massive spike balls coming down on you. Yep, did in fact get you. For 3 points of damage. You were able to kind of duck out of the way just as one of them kind of grazes your back. And then, as before, it's... And this one attacks you, Tulok. Mm-hmm. Definitely got you, but not a crit. 7 more points of damage, my dude. And then this light continues to get brighter, this like dark light, and you can now see a silhouette that stands maybe 12 feet tall, and through the trees you see what looks like some sort of animal skull and black feathered wings behind it. You see this in the distance.
We didn't ask
sick.
for this. We were just trying to camp.
You want to show Cameron Diaz?
I'm good, fam.
Yeah, I'll look past me.
It's a demon. It's a demon.
Everybody feel free to roll a perception check for me. Tell me if you got above a 15.
Yep.
I did not.
No, I did not. Never mind.
Tulok, you didn't? Okay,
Nope.
cool.
I did.
I had 2.
All right, you did?
I did.
Yeah, you look up now and see the stars getting blotted out by snow coming down. Tulok, it is your turn, sir.
I don't like it.
Don't go to sleep.
What do I have up my sleeve? Nothing useful. Cool.
Only one thing to do, my dude.
Swing the sword.
Snout the snout.
Swing the sword of my people.
What are you attacking?
How rough is the one that dropped the bow and took out?
You got it pretty good. Or whoever hit it previously. Or Hakathra's sneak attack got it pretty good.
All right. We're gonna attack the leader one. Go for the head.
Okay. Oh my god. Your dice are terrible.
Bonus action.
Quit D&D. Nah, man, I'm not even gonna roll it.
Yep.
You try to bash him, and it just, shoves you back. Everest, you're up.
All y'all need some help. So consider yourself blessed.
Oh, Papa bless. All right, it is bad guy's turn. I've got 1 attack on Pharaoh, 1 on Tulok, and this one, in fact, charges you, Everest.
The fuck?
You're there. This one on Everest.
You straight look.
What's your armor class?
Is the tree helping?
No.
16.
This
Is the tree helping?
You raise the shield just in time as a glaive kind of boom. Is it a metal shield?
Yeah.
It's a shield, Michael.
It matches my dwarven
It's a
hammer.
Michael shield.
Yeah, it's got dwarven runes on it, I think, even. This
Does it
one,
have scrimshaw?
a little bit of scrimshaw, yeah. This one attacks Pharaoh.
My dude.
Rolled a lot of crits tonight. That's going to be 13 points of damage.
I'll take that.
No.
I will hold on to that one.
No, you won't. This one on you, Tulok.
I was gonna scream if it
Glad I
did
saw
it.
it for a second. You're finally just your shield kind of pushed back. You hear this thing now. It's just like, and the very trees seem to be quaking in its wake. Pharaoh.
Okay. I'm going to attack this one in front of me.
Yep.
Actually, it's looking rough.
Yes, extremely rough.
I'm going to attack it with an unarmed strike.
Got it.
Yep.
You don't have to roll. He was right there.
Okay.
You, in fact, it swings the glaive, hits the ground. You step on the glaive, jump up, and plant a foot in its snout. You just hear crunching and cracking, and it falls to the ground. And you sort of roll off its body.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a healing potion as my bonus action.
Cool.
I'm a 19
You got the extra armor class. Yep. Hakathra.
I am Iron Man. I'm going to step forward right here. And I'm going to, before I go, sorry.
Yep, bird attack the big boy.
Bird is going to be distracting.
Yep.
I will step forward. I'm going to green flame blade.
Yeah.
And all right, I will attack with my rapier because that's what's out right now.
Cool.
20.
Got a crit on the boss. Sorry, what is that?
So I get to double my sneaky deaky, right?
You do indeed. All the dice get doubled.
Double sneaky deaky.
Diggy times 2.
Double sneaky deaky. One Momo sneaky deaky.
16, 17, 18, 19, 23, 24, 25.
Holy mackerel.
I got a 25 on that one.
All right.
And then I get 3 points on my purple flames.
Yeah, I mean, it's like recovering from the attack, and it's like kind of grinning and turns towards you, and you poke it right through the eye, just. And it grabs the blade and like pushes it loose, and you just see like blood gushing down its face. It is its turn now.
Oh, and
Oh, yep.
bonus action, disengage,
Cool.
and I still have like 25 feet of movement. I'm sure it'll catch right up to me.
In fact, you do see it like try to shove past you two, and it goes after Hakathra. Both of you do get an attack of opportunity on it.
Hey, it might do a thing.
You're blessed.
Thank you.
Hashtag
Bless you.
Oh. No more moonlight, right?
I think you can still see the moonlight. It's not blotted out.
I got 10 damage on him.
Am I allowed to throw a smite?
You hit this.
Can't
Yeah, I think you
fight the
can.
moon
Yeah,
like
we-
this.
10 damage on
How's
it.
that
Yeah,
song
got
go?
Smote him.
Can't fight the moonlight. Is that the? Are you talking about the one where they're dancing on the bar?
No.
Oh.
17.
One where it's
Okay.
like, you can't stop the moon like this.
Oh, I
It,
was
like-
thinking about the one from Coyote Ugly.
It pushes past the two of you. You swing your sword, chopping into it. You smite it, and one arm just like explodes. It's like tendons of
So it's got
arms.
one
hanging.
arm, one eye,
Oh yeah, and it's a
one
like,
arm, one eye giant.
like angrily
What's it
coming
called?
after you, and it starts swinging this massive flail and swings it down upon
No.
the Hakathra.
No, if I keep talking, it won't happen.
That is a hit for 10 points of damage, and spins it around, swings down again. Gotcha. For 6 points of damage. And then again, it turns back. And this one attacks you, Tulak. Misses mercifully. And with that, you all hear in the distance, in the air above you, you hear boom, like a massive twang, and then you hear a whistling, and then you hear that demon, and you look, and there's a massive harpoon stuck through its chest, pinning it to the ground, and a massive like rope going up into the darkness behind, and it's kind of grabbing it and clawing at it. Tulak, you are up.
That's something.
That's weird. Strange.
Well, we will swing on this boy that's right in front of us.
Cool.
15
That is a hit,
plus 6.
sir.
Thank God. All right. And we will not smote him. We'll just do 7 damage.
That's actually enough.
Thank God.
You, just behind your shield, take the blade, kind of put it on the top of the shield and push forward until you kind of find purchase, and then just push. Just sheer strength pushing it like between its bones and leather armor. And it sort of looks at you, oops, and falls down dead. Sorry about that.
I think he pushes it all the way into the ground, like follows it down.
Yeah, love it. Anything else?
Stands up and drinks a second healing potion.
All right, Everest.
Okay, I'm gonna touch the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
That's it. Just gonna be like,
Pet it on the nose.
hey.
Got him.
That, you definitely got him.
I inflicted wounds.
Oh gosh, I love inflict wounds. It does a ton of damage.
It's 3d10, right?
Yeah.
3 damage. Oh, not 3 damage.
So 12 plus 7.
Ooh, 19 damage. What do you think your magic when you inflict wounds looks like?
A stampede.
So I said that my magic effects look blue.
Yeah.
So I think that I would touch him and like his eyes would glow blue.
Yeah, his eyes glow blue, and then from the point of the touch, you see like blue veins, like tendriling out from his body. It's just like, and it just kind of falls unceremoniously dead.
Like that.
Like that.
Just so.
And that is it for the regular boys, isn't it? Pharaoh, you were up, sir.
Is it just Mama now?
Yeah, Big Mama.
All right, well,
And Beaky
I'll
Mama.
slide over here
Beaky Mama.
Fly to the
And
left.
Beaky.
and I will
Cha-cha.
attack.
All right. That's a hit for sure.
I'm actually attacking with the sword. That's 10 more damage.
Whew. It is looking extremely rough now. I mean, it's just covered in lacerations and blood and bits of fur and flesh hanging off it.
I will spend a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes.
Cool. Definite hit.
For 6 more damage.
Okay.
And then for 8 more.
Oof, that was the one. That did it. You slash across it. It's focused on Hakathra, but clearly drops to one knee, still trying to raise its flail. How would you like to finish this thing off?
I actually think, especially with the flail, it's pretty goblin. Be like, big. And I'll take the flail as I come up. And I mean, I think it's more like just crushing just the throat. Just
nice. Nice, yeah. You do that a couple of times and it falls to the ground, sort of whimpering. And as that happens, you all hear sort of a noise getting louder. And you look up and you see a figure sliding down the rope that is punched through this demon that's trying to flail against it. The figure looks as if he were made of stone. You can see a beard kind of flapping in the wind, and it looks down with an eye patch looking down at you all. And you can in fact see that it is Kothai, Beast Bearer, and he smashes into the demon and wields this massive sword and just lifts it up with both hands and drives it into the demon and kind of twists it as the demon's like, and falls down dead. And he kind of picks the sword up and turns to you all and is like, hello there. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end it for the evening.
At level 5.
At level 5.
Oh yes! Fucking talking shit.
Yeah. All right. With that, Master Kothai has shown up. Skyreach floats overhead, and we'll pick up there next Sunday.
Grandmaster Kothai.
All right, hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all for joining us tonight, especially on a weird one after we're all super exhausted from Poe last night. A couple cases of the sillies. Special shout out to Camera Diaz, the newest member of the Castle Mac crew.
Camera Diaz.
Everybody.
He can't sing it in anything.
I'm not going to be able to upload this now. Everybody
Everyone has to put a seizure warning.
Yeah.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday. I believe this week we have a Monday night game with Corey, and then we will be back on Sunday. We are unfortunately off Tuesday, but we will be back the following Tuesday. So everybody have a good week and weekend. We'll see you then.